What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. Let's see. D&O commentary. We have that Angry Baboon playing Nekroz, 1646, and Crasher, 93. He's playing. When you guys just look at the deck, you tell me what it is. I want to call it like H.A.T 2015 or like, because he plays a lot of Earth stuff in there and instant fusion. Like, I guess it's just beat Nekroz deck. Like, I don't know what to call it. He's 1731. He's now becoming, he's probably in the top 5 on Dueling Network right now. It's not that many 1700 players on Dueling Network. Game 1, he made Nat Beast, and I've watched about 2 or 3 of his games. He does that a lot, by the way. Open with Nat Beast, because he plays Emergency Teleport, and he plays Instant Fusion too, and he runs Glow Up Bulb, he runs Recover, and he might run like a Krebons or something like that. So yeah, he opens with what's it called a lot. He opens with Nat Beast a lot, and he opened with Nat Beast and Warning, and Baboon just scooped it from there. So he hits him with Artifact Ignition. There goes Vanities. So maybe he should have went for the Vanities lock against Crasher. I mean, maybe he didn't open with it, but if I had that lock, I probably would have used it. Now, Crasher does play Ice and Fire Hand. I have no idea how the fuck he fits all of this in one deck. Like, I swear to goodness, I don't know. Now, he has Ganir. He plays Mathematician too, not only to get him draws, but then he'll probably send Glow Up Bulb to the graveyard. I'm gonna guess it's gonna be Glow Up Bulb. No, he sends Murmillo. I'm gonna have to scratch my head on that one, but okay. And looks like he's going to wall up and move that out the way. So the one thing about this program I'm not in love with is the fact that wherever my mouse is, it's yellow on the screen. It's like a little yellow light, and I've been using this program for, I don't know, maybe a year, and I still don't know how to turn that off, or if I even can turn it off, but it's largely irrelevant as long as I keep the mouse out the screen. Alright, so he plays Advanced Ritual Art. Mistake is chained. He main decks Mistake too. So like, that's a real thing. Disco Space Typhoon is chained. I wouldn't be shocked if he flipped over another one. Alright. Now, of course, if he'd been able to get to, Nat Beast, that wouldn't have been an issue, but obviously he doesn't want to go into Nat Beast if he knows that he can't attack over the Valkyries. I'm like, are you really going to summon Brio against a field of no special summon monsters? Like, that'd be kind of shocking. So he's going to use Brio's effect. And go for H.A.T. Does he have Nekroz, Cycle, and Trish in hand? No, he can't have that because he has Ganir in hand. So, looks like he might be thinking of responding here. I've never seen him use Mind Crush, but a lot of people side Mind Crush, so maybe he'll use that. He uses Cycle, so, I mean, Cycle lets you summon from the graveyard. At this point, I guess you could summon the Ganir or the what's it called? Alright, he goes for Brio. I don't know, I hardly ever see Brio hit the field, you know what I mean? So, it's like, I'm never used to seeing Brio actually on the field, to be honest. Alright, so he has to attack Mathematician, obviously, to get through it. He added Trishula, so he can't target guys. I mean, he can target them, but he can just negate the cards that target. He just needs to probably get rid of Valkyries. That's the biggest problem here. The Brio is not that consequential. So he's going to tribute the Brio. Okay, I would have too, because the Brio is really not going to do that much. And then he sets one. Oh, you know what? I think he's going to call the Haunted for Murmillo. If I just had to guess a move that might be likely, a call out of Haunted for Murmillo seems like it could happen right now. Because he runs Call of the Haunted. I've seen him try to call back Nat Beast a couple of times. But instead, he goes for... Okay. Oh, he must have Murotech set from the Ignition. Okay, so he's going to force out the Valkyries, or he's going to force out the Ganir. which means I would probably just let it die, because it's like, it's gonna die either way. He does activate Ganir. I don't know if he'll go for Volcasaurus now. Well, no, he has Trish, so it'll be still a little difficult, because, you know, you try and kind of have to target it with the level 5 guys, whether that be a bounce or what, but. So he obviously uses Ganir to protect it. What else you got, Crasher? And I mean, I've seen him beat Nekroz with this deck before, so it wasn't luck either. He pretty much just had like all the answers, because his deck has a bunch of Nekroz hate. Looking at his extra deck, I know that he plays Palettes. I know that he plays actually that's the only one I can confirm that he plays. I assume he plays Volcasaurus. I would just have to guess that he does play that card. If he doesn't, then he's probably fucking up. But Trish can protect any of your mana. I don't think Trish destroys the card. I think it just negates the activation. Yep, negate the activation. So it doesn't actually destroy the Volcasaurus if he chooses to go that route, or if he goes in Palettes. Now, what would be cool is if he had, well, no, he would have already had to use it. I was going to say Phoenix Chain, because Phoenix Chain plus Palettes is just, that's good Yu-Gi-Oh right there. You just summon you flip over a Phoenix Chain on your opponent's Manju, and then you make Constellar Palettes, and then you spin back the Phoenix Chain before you kill the Manju. It's really, really good Yu-Gi-Oh. I actually saw him do that to somebody. The last Nekroz he played. Alright, so he attempts to pop Valk. Trishula is burned. I wouldn't feel great if I'm Baboon, because you just spent all your cards, and I think Crasher runs 3 D-Prisons. I've seen him D-Prison a ton in the last 2 games. He blind MSTs. I don't really think that helps. Oh, actually it does, because it hits Mistake, which means that card could have like if he has D-Prison and he gets Valk off board, that could have won him the game basically. So he's gonna go for Unicorn. And I guess add Brio, right? Unicorn adds any Nekroz card from the graveyard to the hand, right? Or get H.A.T, I guess. Maybe he'll tribute H.A.T. I mean, maybe, okay, he's using Valk effect. Fair enough. Oh, seriously? H.A.T triggers off of that? I gotta read H.A.T. If this card was tributed for a card effect. Wow. Dude, I did not know that wow, man, H.A.T, you're too good. I did not know that H.A.T triggered off of Valkyrius. Damn. That is too good. That just gives him a free Brio then. Real talk though, him hitting that MST, him hitting the mistake on the MST, that changed the entire game. It really did, because if he would have blind MST'd either one of these cards, like, I don't even think it would have mattered if he would have had Valkyris on board. I think he would have lost, because I'm pretty sure that at some point Crasher would have found some way to get around Valkyris. He could have top decked a Traptrix Dianara, and he could have just made like 101 or Castel, and he wouldn't have been able to use any of his spells. You know what I mean? Like, he wouldn't have been able to get any of them back from the graveyard, because Mistake would have just been like, no, you're not gonna do any of those effects. So I'm going to say that Swing of Momentum is probably going to win Baboon this game. I feel like he has a D-Prison set. I just don't know if it's really going to matter. Or he might not even have D-Prison set. Fair enough. I mean, I guess he just wanted to burn out the Ganir and hope that his mistake could ride, but obviously it got him ST'd. And then he top decks a Sanju. Or actually, I think that might be Manju. Yeah, okay, that's Manju. I get those mixed up sometimes. And now it appears Baboon is he's got the train going now. It's just choo choo. He's probably on a roll now. So I think he's gonna get Kaleidoscope. Yeah, I think he's gonna get the Nekroz no scope. And you know what? I think he's going to attack right into to Firehand. Or maybe I've never seen him play Fossil Dyna. I don't think Crasher is the type to set a bunch of dead cards. I think if he thought he was going to lose, he probably would scoop. But I mean, maybe he thinks that he might not. He keeps with that Ganir, man. Seriously, he does not want Valkyria's dying. Oh, it's glow up bulb. Okay, I guess. So you don't die yet. Tributes, mind you. And yeah, right now it's just looking like a one-man show, man. It's Valkyrie. See, I knew Valkyrie was the best one. I always knew. You know what it is? It's that red belt, man. That shit is just that red belt is swag. Seriously. I know a lot of people like Brio. He's over double the price of Valkyries. And Trishula was the one getting all the hype, but you know what? Valkyries he's Trish's and Brio's daddy. Like technically it is literally his father. So wait, no. Is it not his father? I don't think it actually is his father. No, wait, I think it is his father. Yeah, I think he became Valkyries, then he became that old sage man thingy. So anyways, at this point, you'd like to have Denko Sekka. You could just summon it and win, and it would guarantee that your attack goes through. So what Baboon is doing is he's making sure that the Valkyries can't be destroyed or targeted. I don't really think that he has a way of killing it now. Alright, so he can delay the inevitable with emergency teleport for recover. I don't understand that card being called recover in the TCG. Like, I know that they didn't want to put Bible in the text, but that just recover doesn't make any sense. Like, it makes sense from the word recover, but what does that have to do with a book? I don't know. I feel like they should have just called it reading or something. I don't know. So he sets a card, probably Mystical Space Typhoon. It seems like Crasher he's just treading water at this point. Baboon just needs one attack to go through. It's game. And again, he has a way of stopping Valk from being targeted and a way of stopping destruction, which would mean he would have to have, like, the only card that you can use that would stop that would be like Book of Eclipse, because that stops an attack, it doesn't target, and it doesn't destroy. Like, that's one of the only cards I can think of. It's like Book of Eclipse. Like, even the things that don't destroy target, like Book of Moon and Chain, or he can just keep on having these. Alright, so he has Vanities, finally. Put an end to this. Activates Call of the Haunted. Maybe for Mermello to pop the Vanities. I don't know. Whatever he gets has to come out in attack mode. He goes for Morale Tech to pop the Valkyries, but I'm fairly sure that he will chain the effect of Ganir. I mean, I guess he could pop the, what's it called? I guess he could pop the Vanities, but what would that do at this point? So he does pop the Vanities, still attacks. I mean, I guess it keeps Crasher in the game, but there's no one card that can save him. Not with the Trishula in his hand, because like the Trishula even prevents, like if he would have had Vanities flipped over, the Trishula even prevents like Snatch Steal. You know what I mean? Like, Snatch Steal would have been pretty much the only out. You have your opponent under Vanities and you play Snatch Steal. But even still, with this many cards in hand, I'm pretty sure he has like a Preparation of Rites or something where he could just turn off his Vanities and then Trishula him or something like that. Because he has Trishula in his hand and what's it called? I wonder why he hasn't summoned anything else though. Like, unless he just can't. I'm hard pressed to believe that he has this many cards in hand and can't summon anything. Especially with your opponent only having Glow Ball. Like, are you kidding me? Unless he's scared of Torrential Tribute at this point. So MST is a Phoenix Chain, a card that wouldn't even kill him. Activates Artifact Sanctum. Just dwindling his cards down. I mean, this would be great if he was in time though, and he had like 8,000 life points and his opponent had 17. Because his opponent would have all the advantage in the world and he still would probably, like, unless he went way more aggressive, would end up losing. Surprised this card is still that much, honestly. So he changed Mistake. Not sure what that does at this point, though. That's a card you definitely needed right as the MST that first Mistake, man. I feel like the game spiraled out of control right then and there. All right, so we're going to game 3. I expect Crasher full well to take first, because I think that he tries to put that Naturia Beast on board consistently, and he knows that if he can back it up with some defense like a deep prison, he's in good shape against pretty much anything that they throw at him. Now, I did see somebody out it with Dance Princess, because here's the thing. If you summon Dance Princess and then you activate any of the spells, your opponent cannot chain Naturia Beast. You can activate the spells. Now, you can't activate Preparation of Rites. They can still negate that. Preparation of Rites, I don't think they don't run Upstart Goblin. I'm trying to think of other spells that they run that are not ritual spells. Mystical Space Typhoon, Book of Eclipse, you can negate all those. Regeki, but you cannot negate Nekroz spells. So if they activate the Mirror or the Kaleidoscope, they can still do that, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. I guess you can, no wait, you can't even chain max seats of those if they have the Dance Princess on board. I've only dealt with that card like once or twice. Alright, so he opens up with Myrmilio. I'm a little disappointed that that I haven't seen a Void Trap Hole from him yet. Apparently he does not have Emergency Teleport, which we know what that would do. Emergency Teleport would mean that he would have Naturia Beast turn 1, which would be great. But he does have a lot of back row, plus a Bottomless Trap Hole. It's pretty good. Hope your opponent doesn't have Ice Hand, though. So he opts to summon Manju. Or wait, is that Sanju? Okay, that one's Sanju. I feel like I should have known that. We just went over that like 10 minutes ago. So he must not have Mistake. He probably would have burned it. He could have Vanity's Emptiness. I feel like you need 2 Floodgate cards, because they'll probably have like 1 MST. But I mean, I guess there's a chance that he could just have like no MSTs, no Twisters, no nothing as far as spell and trap removal goes, and maybe a Vanities could end up riding. Plays Kaleidoscope. That's not a good sign either. Obviously going to use a Herald to pay for it. Or not. Maybe, as I was gonna say, maybe he just won't pay any. Maybe he just won't pay any stars. He just won't pay any stars for it. Pretty sure you owe that ritual card 4 stars. There you go. There's the 4-star payment. Maybe he has Soul Drain, which I wouldn't think is a very good card against this deck, but it's not up to me to decide that. I was gonna say maybe I would probably bottomless that card. I mean, and just hope that my opponent doesn't Trishula me this turn. Because if I get Trishula, I'm probably gonna lose. I want to say it's about a 90% chance you lose if you get Trishula this turn. If you don't, okay, he bottomless trap hold your guy, so I don't even know what's going on. Pretty sure Crasher attempted the bottomless trap hold the Unicorn. Maybe he has Ganir. I don't know. He says on what? What do you mean on what? Why would you? All right. There we go. Let's fix the game state. Now I guess that Angry Baboon could ram Manju into Murmillo so that he could use his spells, but that would mean wasting his battle phase. But I guess if you summon Trishula, you have to look at the greater good. As long as you have 9 stars to pay, yeah, I guess you're good. So you need 3 somewhere. And you done already used Kaleidoscope. I don't think anybody ever summons Trish using Kaleidoscope either, by the way. I don't think I've ever seen. I've always seen that card summoned by Mirror or Cycle. I've never seen it summoned by Kaleidoscope. I don't think anybody runs any 9s in the extra deck. You can use the regular Trishula. Yeah, just use the regular Trishula to summon the Nekroz Trishula. What? Oh wait, it's banned. Use Mistworm. You should be able to do that. You should be able to use Trishula, but you can't summon it. You can only use it to summon the new to summon the Nekroz of Trishula. Konami should allow that. Yeah, you can play Trishula, but you can't summon it. Alright, so I guess he just doesn't have any plays now? I mean, that's what I'm thinking. If he attacks, then obviously, like, there's nothing you can do about it if you're Crasher. You just have to let the attack go. You know what I mean? You obviously wouldn't want to de-prison or anything, because it's the same result as if he didn't attack. Activates Preparation of Rites. And he'll get his Kaleidoscope back, although he can't use it this turn, so I don't really know how big of a deal that is. Can do 500 claps at the same time? I don't know. I mean, he has 1,000 hands, so I assume he can. Alright, so he gets Cycle. Maybe he's going to try and go for a Colossus play. Just have it sit there in defense mode, maybe. To me, that kind of seems kind of wasteful. Like, I guess it does stop artifacts, so when they're summoned, you could just be like, nope, activate Colossus. And then they can't attack over him either. Like, none of them are as big as that dude is, so it's actually not a, it's actually a legit play when you think about it. You don't have to go for Trishula. Alright, so it looks like he's putting together the pieces so that he can definitely ritual summon again. Okay, H.A.T and Brio. I guess so that he can search H.A.T. Oh, he must be searching for Trishula or for the Nekroz mirror, because he's now assembling the right amount of stars. There's Trishula. Here's Johnny. Oh, what a mistake would have done in this situation. Alright, so he's going for an attack. Oh, no, wait. I guess he wanted to think about the Brio on the summon. Oh, or maybe on the Trishula. I'm not sure when at what point he's saying that he wants to think to do something. So I guess technically he's still in main phase 1. So he's going to activate Space Time Trap Hole. The Brio will go back to the deck. Oh, what? It wasn't some, wait, it wasn't something from the extra deck. Wait a minute. It's been a long time since I've read Space Time Trap Hole. Isn't it only monsters from the extra deck? Or, yeah, it's hand or extra deck. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, hand or extra deck. Okay, so yeah, you can't Space Time Trap Hole it because it was summoned via Nekroz Mirror. Nekroz Mirror summons from the graveyard. It's like Monster Reborn for them. Although I always mentally think of Premature Burial whenever somebody plays Nekroz Mirror. I never think Monster Reborn. I always think Premature Burial. Alright, so they Murmillo dies. Sanju attacks. This is a really bad opening if you were Crasher. Maybe even thought about going second. I mean, Baboon probably would have tried to do the same thing he did last game with Valkyris, but I don't know, man. That's why you play Fire and Ice Hand. You know, you just set those cards. Activates Artifact Sanctum. I don't know if he'll just go for Morale Attack or Begal Attack. Alright, so he goes for Morale Attack, activating the effect. One of his monsters is going to die regardless if he has Gunny or not. Doesn't target, so no Trishula. Activates Call of the Haunted for Murmillo. Okay. Just when I thought that it was totally over, it looks like he actually has some life. Because now he should be able to summon Naturia Beast. Wait, what? Is he not gonna? We can wait. No, we can't wait. Just do it now, damn it. It's the same amount of damage. 23 and 16. Alright, so he uses Valkyris. That might be what he was thinking about. All right, so obviously Valkyrus is not going to be hitting the field anytime soon. Wait, so Baboon, so is it going to like max C or something? You have to PP for Myrmilio. No, it says one for your opponent, not you, fool. All right, so he makes Nat Beast in defense mode. It's a little strange that he made it in defense mode. I'm not gonna lie. Usually you make it in defense mode to try and play around Ice Hand and Fire Hand. The problem is with that, if your opponent has Ice Hand or Fire Hand, what is stopping them from running it into this? So, like, there's really no reason not to put it in attack mode at this point. Now, granted, I don't think that that this deck sides any monsters that are 1800. Like, even Denko Seka is only 17. She can't run this over either. So, like, they don't really run any monsters that are 17. So, monsters that they can just normal summon. I kind of wonder why he summoned it in defense mode. I guess he figures he can't attack this turn. So, it's like, what's the point? Now, I really wonder how Baboon will get anything else on board. Unless he has another Manju or Sanju, I just don't know if I see it happening. Especially if he has a defensive card like Evac, or Evac would probably be the best one, honestly. Evac, or actually, Evac would be second best. Solemn Warning would be best. And we know this card is the Time Hole, the Space-Time Trap Hole. He's looking at his extra deck. Now, it sucks that this card has to stay on the field because of something like Exciton Knight. You'd hope that if your opponent used Exciton Knight that you'd have the same amount of cards, or that you'd have less, because you don't want Exciton Knight just coming out and wrecking you. Although Exciton Knight can totally attack over Nat Beast, so that's also a thing. So he would have to have like a deep prison as well. No, but if you had the same amount of cards, I guess you could just space time it back, so you wouldn't have to worry about it. It's going to be kind of difficult for Baboon to play around this card. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to get at, basically. Now, I'd put him on the clock here, and I'd say, you, sir, need to make a play. Because I am not trying to have a 50-minute game like all Nekroz are notoriously known for. Sometimes their games, like... I just want to know the percentage. I wish that there was a statistician or something that kept that. Like, how many of Nekro's games go into time? I know we only have 1 week of data, but still. So it looks like he has Manju. And he gets a Valkyrus. This could be dangerous. Well, if he added a card, he now has 5, which means that he can't exit on him. So that means if he doesn't have, if he wants to, I don't know, because you know what this card is. You know this card is Space Hole. I'm not sure any of your Xyz play around it. Mainly Exciton was like the biggest one to play around it. He doesn't opt to make a play. Now here's the thing. Let me see. I think he may have misplayed. Yeah, he definitely misplayed. All right, so here's a way to play around what his opponent just did. Somebody did it against me. It's really dirty, right? All right, so you get Brio, right? You leave Brio in your hand. You don't activate it immediately. You summon Exciton Knight. You ask if your opponent has a response. You have, obviously, let me see. 6 on, actually, no, I'm sorry. I'm lunching. You'd have 6 on 5. It wouldn't work. It only works if you have the same amount of cards. Yep. It only works if you have the same amount of cards. Disregard everything that I just said. He probably just shouldn't have searched then. Yeah, he probably just shouldn't have searched. It depends on what he has in his hand. If he has any of those discarding cards. So now he puts Morale Tech in defense mode. I don't understand what's going on here. Now, this dude did lose the Dance Princess before. I have no idea why you put Morale Attack in defense mode. Your opponent summons Dance Princess and attacks over your Morale Attack. You're going to be salty as fuck. You better attack. You need to force out the Valkyrus. It makes no sense not to. Alright, so he activates Valkyries. The question is, what did Crasher draw? Alright, the game state has not been advanced. We are pretty much the same exact position that we were before. Let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Okay, I was trying to count there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so he lets the Call the Haunted die, the Twister. That was smart. Obviously, he's trying to play around Exciton Knight, and if you're a Crasher, why? You have no reason to negate that Twister to save a Call the Haunted you can't even reuse. Like, that makes no sense to do that. If you're trying to force out the Exciton, the best thing that you can do, for the most part, is throw out a ritual spell. That's the best thing that you can do. He'll negate that shit. Rhodas and Twisters, he might not negate those. I guess he's gonna get Colossus. Oh no, he gets H.A.T. Okay. So, he'll definitely negate that. That's a promise. If he doesn't negate that, I'd be shocked. I don't think this requires that much thinking. Oh no. I think I might know what he's thinking about. He might be thinking if his opponent summons Unicorn, what does that really change? But if he summons Brio, it could be a problem. Okay, he goes for Trishula, who can't even use his effect. Now, what he's probably gonna do, he might space time it. I don't know. He might space time it. He might have Deep Prison. This is getting interesting because he still just has to be able to play around Exciton Knight. That's the biggest concern here. The Trishula, none of that stuff matters because yeah, he can just space time it. But I think he'll just wait to use Deep Prison. I don't think he wants to burn a space time. I think he might have Deep Prison or Mirror Force. If he doesn't, if he just lets his Nat Beast die to an attack, then he's really fucking up. And I don't know what's going on at that point. So I guess he'll use H.A.T. H.A.T will basically add him a card, and we'll be looking at 5-on-5. Okay. So he adds Brio. We're back to 5-on-5, but then he could exceed and get down to 5-on-4. So there's the issue. So he is finally going to go 5-on-4. And it's going to try to summon that Exciton Knight. There it is. Does he have an answer? No, he does not have an answer. He has to space time it. All he does is chain. Game over. GG. Unless he has some other cards that, for some reason, I don't really see doing anything. So he chains emergency teleports. I don't know really what that changes. For another recover, and his face down was probably, I'm gonna guess, Deep Prison. Oh, okay, it was Call the Haunted, so that didn't really help either. So he loses everything, and since Nekroz can obviously recover really fast, all he has to do is just start banishing stuff from his graveyard and from his field. There are a lot of people in this chat right now. I mean, look at this. It's too much. So now the good thing is, if you're Crasher, you can't take any damage this turn because he did use the effect of he used the effect of Exciton Knight. So, but I mean, if I'm him, I'm probably gonna summon something like Unicorn if I can get to it. So he's banishing everything. And obviously he'll get 3 more spells from his deck. Yeah, man, you gotta play outs to affect monsters. Otherwise, Nekroz can make Exciton Knight, and they can do a whole bunch of other things like that. Because once the board gets wiped, they're basically they're gonna win. Because they can recover if they don't have monsters. If they don't have anything on the board, they don't care. They can recover. And then you just pass knowing that your opponent probably can't do, like, all you have to do is add Valkyrius. Or Valkyrus, not Valkyrius. Yeah, you can just add Valkyrus knowing your opponent can't do anything to game you. And then during your turn, you just summon Valkyrus using like, using either the mirror, like the regular mirror, you just banish whatever's left in your graveyard, summon Valkyrus, attack, tribute any other random monster that you draw. Nope, he's going for Unicorn. Yeah, you would need Soul Charge in this situation, basically to have
has been completed.
Awesome. To have any chance of coming back in this match. You need like Soul Charge or something like that. I just don't know if I see it, because you wouldn't be able to attack. So if he made Unicorn, it'd be a little too rough. So he's gonna use Kaleidoscope. Nope, that's Cycle. Sorry. Goes for Valkyrus. Uses H.A.T. and passes. Yep, he needs Soul Charge and Soul Charge only to come back and win. Because with Soul Charge, he could get Murmilla, he could blow up his back row, he could get Nat Beast. I think he has a whole bunch of other, he might have some other level 4s in there. He could get all his little tuners back. He could possibly get to like 101. Just win the game, but yeah, I'd definitely run Soul Charge if I was running this deck, to be honest. And then the top deck Manju is just too good. And I think we might see, well, the good thing is you won't have to worry about Crasher stalling for, 3-4 turns. The Nat Beast just didn't get him there, unfortunately for him. So he'll attack. Oh, no, he's not. I guess he's just gonna summon Ganir. And then he'll, okay, just go into battle phase. Oh, that's Murmilla. Attack for game. Good game. All right. Unfortunately for Crasher's very original deck, didn't work out. He drops into the low 1700s, but still really good rating regardless. Thank you guys for watching this anyways.